Hi everyone, my name's Emma Jonas and I'm a photographer, as you might be able to tell that. And I'm just going to tell you a little bit about what I do. Firstly, though, I want to say Happy Father's Day to all the daddies out there, and congratulations for all of you that are engaged. So, firstly, a little bit about me. I am from the Cheshire area, so I cover weddings all over the country, really, and do some destination photography, but mainly focus around sort of the north. Um, but it's definitely not a restriction for me. And I really believe that everybody takes their best photograph when they don't know it's actually being taken. So I am what you would call a documentary style photographer. Um, so everything's very relaxed when I'm taking photographs. I do some of the more posed or romantic shots of the bride and groom. However, when the shots are being taken, it is very informal. I'm talking to you all the time, or I'm asking you to talk to each other. So you wouldn't necessarily feel that I'm overly posing you. I'm not telling you to put hand in one place, everything else. I try and keep it as relaxed and informal as possible. I also do some of the group shots, which are sort of the mums and dads' favourites. But again, I try for it not to take over the day. I'm very conscious of the fact that I want you to spend the day with your guests, not necessarily with me. Um, uh, so whilst I'm going through, if you do have any questions, please just pop them in the chat box and I'll answer them. If I don't answer them straight away, I will come back to them. So please feel free. It is an interactive session. So I'm more than happy to answer any queries that you've got. So first of all, just about the packages that I offer, I try and keep it really simple. I only offer two packages. However, if you have something that is specific and doesn't necessarily fit into one of my packages, I'm more than happy to do a bespoke quote for you. So first of all, the first package that I have is basically for me from bridal prep all the way through to the first dance. And I like to tell the whole story. So I think it's really nice to be there from when you're getting ready, when the bride's getting ready, all the way through to that first moment where you're on your own again after saying I do. The first dance is really that moment where you get, even though lots of people are watching you, there's actually only, the focus is on you two and you two are alone again. So the first package I do is me for the whole day, and you'll receive one of these. Now these are all personalised with your own images on. They can be portrait or landscape, and you get three images: one on the front, one on the reverse, and then one on the inside. So here you can see the USB. So that's where all the images will be. Depending on how many guests you have, there's usually between 400 and 600 images, and they are edited bespoke. So there isn't a specific blanket editing that I do. I do want everything that's individually. So also on there is a slideshow to music. Now it's usually about 2 or 3 songs long, and it's quite emotive. It almost brings the photographs to life, and it can be for music that's your first dance or something that was played during the register. Or you can, if you can't think of anything, then I've got loads of ideas, and that will also go on there. So it's really nice, and it's nice to show people that as well. So that's the first thing. So that's the first package, and that's £850 for that. So the second package that I do, I like to call it the works, because you get everything that I've just said in the first package, so the USB with the slideshow and everything, but you also get 2 of these. So these are what I call the parents' albums, but people have given them to godmothers, sisters, somebody that's helped them organise the wedding, for example, and you get 2 of these. And these are almost just like a mini album, basically. Again, come in portrait or landscape, but I do feel that landscape works better with photographs. You can get more images in a better, it works better in a layouting perspective. So there's 12 pages in here, and again it's quite difficult to see on a video, I'm sorry, but again it's just like a mini snapshot of the day basically. And it's really cute. They come in these really nice cotton bags, so a real good keepsake. And as I say, you get 2 of those. And then this is, ooh, try to be careful with this one because it's quite heavy. So this is the main album that I do, and I only really do one album just because it's so nice. It's really good quality, and by all means, you can use the USB to do whatever you want with the photographs. But when it comes to a wedding album, this is probably one of the nicest that I've ever seen. So first of all, it's bound. It can be bound in different colours. Mine's only just black and gold because that's my branding, but you can have white, ivory, there's suede, this is a faux leather, and there's also more like a crocodile, there's a red color, there's hessian for if you're having more autumnal or summer weddings, and you've got some sort of theme or color. Don't worry, all of these colors can change. This is just an example. So it's all acrylic fronted, and it's really thick acrylic. I don't know if you can see, it's like super strong. And again, you can have an image here, or just your names. It can be plain on the front. So whatever you're thinking of, this can be created as this. This inside cover again can be white or black. So if it's a more summery wedding, you can definitely have white on the inside. And then inside, try and hold it high enough so you can see. So inside, all the layouts are really different. And this is just an example to show people exactly like what you can have. Some people just like one image on the page, other people like multiple. You can have a maximum of 4 images on each page, and again, they're all different. What's really nice about this is it has no seam, there's no stitching in the center, so you can have images that overhang on 2 pages. So yeah, it's really nice album, and very, very good quality. So these are kind of some more, when I talk about the couples romantic shots, very relaxed, very informal. Group shots, again, see here there's no actual border either, so it can hang off the edge of the page as well, which looks really nice on some shots. I do get a lot of the detail shots as well, because I think that's important, because those are the things that you potentially might forget. And again, yeah, this is just an example of multiple shots across a page. What I generally tend to do with the album and with the mini album, the parents' book, is you'll have the USB first, and then you would get, I would email over the layouts of these pages to you so you can have a look. And then I would recommend that you take a couple of weeks, come back to it again at that point, because the images that you see first, that you think are your favorites, might not be your favorites 2 weeks later. So take your time. There's plenty of time. There's no time scale on us producing these. I keep hold of the photographs for over a year, just in case anybody has any issues with the USBs, etc. So if there's no rush with the albums, it's important to get them right. So I would say, have a look at the USB, have a look at the layout, and then decide if there's any that you'd want me to swap out. I might have forgotten about, a special ant that you wanted in the album. So there's things like that we can always move about and move the pictures around so that you get exactly what you want in the images. So just trying to see. This is a good example of it's actually a posed couple shot. So we were talking, I actually made a joke that created that reaction. So that's the kind of images that I like. It's not overly posed. You wouldn't know it was a posed photograph, but it does capture a moment. And I think that's really nice. So we do that. I play some games as well. So all of my reactions I try and keep very, very natural. This album is 20 pages. So which I think is an amazing amount and it tells a really good story. Any less, probably you're struggling to get all the photographs in. You can have more pages if you want. That's just at an additional cost. So that's the album over there. So basically, yeah, that's what I produce all the time. So for this package, it's £1,250, and that includes the main album, the 2 small albums, the USB box, personalised box, presentation box, and me for the whole day, including all the images, about 400 to 600 images, and the slideshow to music. So that's everything that is included. I have got some images going on in the background. I'm trying not to sit in front of it, which is quite difficult because I've only got so much space. But yeah, so that's everything that's about me, and the packages that I offer. As I say, I do destination weddings as well. So if you're going for a destination wedding, I will come out and do a shoot with you the day before. And then stay until the day after, and then see everybody, etc. Just in terms of how long do I stay for? Well, it really varies because it depends on what time you start getting ready. So, for example, if your ceremony is at 12, I'm usually with the bride from about 10. So 10, 10:30, and I go all the way through. And if your first dance is at 7, I'll be there until, I usually like to stay a couple of songs after the first dance because other people start joining you on the dance floor, and it's really nice to kind of capture the start of the party. I don't generally tend to stay too much later because that's when people should just be capturing images on a mobile phone, and not sure that everybody wants to see when it gets that late at night and everybody's had a few drinks. So yeah, it depends totally. If you get married at 4 o'clock in the afternoon, then the bridal preparations will probably start around 2ish. So then I'd usually get there for 2, and then stay. So it totally depends. It doesn't. I don't put a fixed like 10 hours or 8 hours on it. It's however your day runs because I want to be there for the important bits. Just in terms of at the moment, I know everybody's going through, like, the word unprecedented is said a lot. So just for anybody that is wanting to book, I'm doing a low deposit because I know that people potentially on furlough or any other issues like that. So I'm doing a low deposit of £100. If you just mention that you've seen me on here, then yeah, I'm more than happy to do that because I understand it's a difficult time for everybody. So just in terms of all sorts of different locations that I've done, lots of different barns, and so the Owen House Wedding Barn, all around sort of the Cheshire area, probably most prominent because that's where I'm based. Mottram Hall, for example, is the one here. So there's lots of different venues that I've been to, Pepperton Castle, as well as some of the smaller venues which I really, really like Eves Hall, just in Lancashire way. So lots of different venues. So from stately homes to marquees to anything like that, I've kind of experienced it all. Somebody's just asking me a question. Would you visit the venue before the day to work out where? Yes. So if I haven't been to the venue before, yes, I would. I would go and have a look. And also I would speak to the bride and grooms. Sometimes you might have specific shots that you've seen that you would like to almost try and sort of replicate. So if there is something like that, when you book, I send out a questionnaire, which is generally just a bit of information, contact details, where everybody's getting ready, for example. So I generally would find out from you beforehand if there's any specific shots that you don't want me to miss. And or if there's a certain person you definitely want to photograph with, I bring that with me on the day, and then we can make sure that I don't miss any of the big shots. But yes, if there's a venue that I haven't been to before, I will go and have a look and have a recce of what I think and where I think some of the good locations are. So yes, I would do that. Again, in churches versus being to churches, as well as civil ceremonies. So all those kind of things, it doesn't make any difference. I've got 3 children myself, so I love taking pictures of kids as well. So I love getting all the groups of children together if there are some there. So that's really nice to get some pictures of the kids having a good time and looking all dressed up before they spill anything down themselves. I know what it's like. So yeah, I do try to capture as many different people. If you've got friends as well that are in couples, I usually at some point go and try and capture them as well if they want photographs taken. So people have used these before as gifts. So they've had all the couples have had their shots taken, and then they've made some prints and given them to them for presents and things. So yeah, if there are lots of couples that you think would like their photograph taken, I'm more than happy to not just capture them generally in a moment, but to actually take a more formal photograph of them when they're all dressed up. Yeah, absolutely can do all of those kind of things as well. I do some like newborn photography as well. So when you have children afterwards, I love babies. So happy to do all of those kind of things. You can see lots more images from me on my website, which is popping up here. So if you want to go and have a look on my website, there's loads and loads of images on there, and a sample of the video that I do as well. So for the slideshow to music, as I described it before. So there is that element of it. And also you can see all of the terms and conditions, and the packages and their prices are all on there as well. So everything is on the website. But if you need to get in contact with me, my contact details are also on the website as well. Usually at the moment I'm doing virtual meetings, so through Zoom or WhatsApp video or FaceTime or whatever it is that everybody uses. Suddenly we seem to have become tech brilliance over virtual meetings. So I do meet initially over there so we can have a chat. I can re-show you all the albums that I've got and things. We can discuss specifically your wedding and what's going to happen there. And then after that, I do generally do you do the groom's journey as well? Yes, I will do the groom's journey as well. If you are getting ready at the same venue, then I would do it all of you. Or if you're living or you're staying very close wherever the bride is, it only becomes a problem if you are further away. However, I do have photographers that I work with that can come and do additional hours to come and do the groom as well, just to cover that, and even to cover the ceremony from both sides. Front and back. But yeah, so there are additional photographers if you need them. If you're getting ready in the same location, it's not a problem. I will do everybody in one go, because the boys, you are much quicker than the girls to do. You just need it. You just need a bit of geeing up to get ready. You're always a bit late, the boys, but it's good. I go there and gee you all up, get you ready, and then take some pictures, and then you can go and greet the guests and make sure they're okay. So yeah, generally where I can, I will go and see the boys as well and do everybody's journey, to make sure it's right. So yeah, I'm just going to check on time. I think I'm good. I think I'm good with the time. So if anybody has got any questions, drop me an email, or my phone number's on the website. And it was really great speaking to you all. Thanks very much.